This is Forlom.
Wise decision. Forlom is the best droid for the job, or your money back.
Due to errors in his software, Forlom was able to reprogram himself as a bounty hunter, leaving his former life of serving on a luxury liner behind him. He was often found chasing bounties with his partner ZUCKUSS. The pair were even part of the rabble of bounty hunters hired by the Empire to locate the Millennium Falcon. This is AURRA Singh.
You want no survivors? Understood.
AURRA Singh was one of the most ruthless bounty hunters in the galaxy. She could be mistaken for having a caring side after she seemingly mentored a young, wayward Boba Fett, but her selfishness knew no bounds. AURRA Singh's #1 priority was AURRA Singh.
Help me!
This is BAZINE NETAL.
You won't even know I'm here until it's too late.
BAZINE NETAL was a mercenary of high intellect, always keeping her cards close to her chest. Her past is a mystery to many. While serving as a spy for the First Order, she reported on the whereabouts of Rey, Finn, and BB-8, finding them on Takodana. This is Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, bounty hunter, jetpack mechanic, delivery man.
Adorning himself in Mandalorian armor like his father, Boba Fett stayed in the family business and became a fearsome bounty hunter. A man of few words, he lets his results do the talking.
Slick, buddy!
Cage, it's been a while. I'm not here for the Jedi.
This is Boba Fett. After years of being one of the galaxy's most feared bounty hunters, Boba Fett seemingly fell victim to the mighty Sarlacc. However, against all odds, Boba miraculously emerged from the sands of Tatooine with his life, but unfortunately, not his armor. Eventually, Boba encountered a Mandalorian who helped him get back what was his.
Fett, let's just say they might recognize my face.
This is BOSSK.
This better be worth my while.
One of the fiercest bounty hunters in the galaxy, there is no target too dangerous for BOSSK. He has pursued Wookiees, Jedi, and other deadly targets. His reputation was well known by the Empire, and he was one of the few bounty hunters called upon by Darth Vader to locate the Millennium Falcon. This is Cad Bane. A bounty hunter from Duro, Cad Bane's illustrious career has seen him with many employers, most recently the Pike Syndicate. Though once a mentor to the young Boba Fett, an inevitable rivalry formed in a galaxy that's just too small for the both of them. This is KRRSANTAN. KRRSANTAN is a bounty hunter whose appearance unsettles both allies and foes alike. His sensory organs are actually located behind his large set of teeth, meaning he often wore a disturbing grimace on his face. He was taking refuge in the Spice Runner's den on Kijimi during the First Order's occupation of the planet. Surely they knew better than to interrogate CARIB. This is DENGAR. DENGAR is a confident and brash bounty hunter from the planet Corellia. Having previously worked alongside Boba Fett and BOSSK during the Clone Wars, their paths all crossed again aboard the Executor, where they were tasked with finding the Millennium Falcon. This is FENNEC Shand. FENNEC Shand was one of the galaxy's most prolific and deadly assassins. After taking a job from a top crime syndicate, FENNEC found herself on Tatooine, where she had a near-fatal encounter with Din Djarin. The injured assassin was eventually found by Boba Fett. This is GREEDO. GREEDO sees himself as a heavy hitter in the bounty hunting community due to being hired by crime lords such as Jabba the Hutt. Despite his client's credentials, many don't take him too seriously, especially after the Rodians' calamitous attempt to capture Han Solo on Tatooine.
Yes, I bet you have.
This is GREEF KARGA. GREEF KARGA is an agent of the Bounty Hunters Guild. Often based out of a cantina on Navarro, this charming and savvy middleman knew how to keep the bounty hunters happy. He may be working in a nefarious industry, but underneath the hard exterior, there is conscience pulling him to do good.
Come on, baby. Do the magic hand thing. I'm out of ideas.
So of Navarro.
This is IG-11. IG-11 is an IG series assassin droid, programmed for one purpose: that he must complete or face self-destruction. The towering droid was shot down by the Mandalorian before he could eliminate the child. Despite being severely damaged, IG-11 was reprogrammed by the gifted Kuiil, who turned him from a killing machine into a caring nurse droid. This is IG-88.
What is the objective?
An assassin droid programmed with only one purpose. IG-88 is a relentless hunter. His prolific work rate earned him quite the reputation and led to Darth Vader calling him and other exceptional bounty hunters to capture the Millennium Falcon. However, it was ultimately Boba Fett who claimed the bounty. This is Jango Fett.
In need of a bounty hunter? I'm your man.
A deadly mercenary and bounty hunter, Jango Fett was hired by Count Dooku to be the template for the clone army. Agreeing to the deal, Jango resided on Kamino with his unaltered clone son, Boba. Following his failed assassination of Padme Amidala, Jango's presence on the planet was discovered by Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And we'll have a couple of surprises for him. Seismic charges.
This is KRRSANTAN. Exiled and ultimately escaping from the Wookiee homeworld, Kashyyyk, KRRSANTAN trained as a gladiator and bounty hunter, mostly working for the Hutts on Tatooine. Following the defeat of Jabba, KRRSANTAN was employed by his angry cousins to wrest control of Jabba's crime empire from its new ruler, Boba Fett. This is LEIA.
Do I sound funny? Can you hear that?
Following the tragic capture and carbon freezing of Han Solo on Bespin, his friends must carry out a cunning rescue. Leia Organa, disguised as a bounty hunter, intends on infiltrating Jabba's palace with Chewbacca to free the smuggler from his carbonite prison. This is ROTHGAR Dung. ROTHGAR Dung is an aged and experienced bounty hunter. Having fled the slums of Corellia, ROTHGAR knew he wanted to hunt bounties forever. In a bid to make his dream a reality, the Corellian began replacing much of his body with cybernetic replacements. Now ROTHGAR is perhaps more machine than man. This is SABINE WREN. SABINE was a Mandalorian bounty hunter and a former Imperial cadet. She fled the academy when the Empire turned the weapons she had created onto her own people. As a rebel, SABINE uses her formidable combat skills to support her fellow Spectres in their fight against the Empire.
Where's Ezra? It's going home!
This is the Mandalorian. A member of the legendary creed of warriors, the Mandalorians, Din Djarin is a fierce and resourceful bounty hunter. He is prolific in his work and is highly regarded within the Bounty Hunters Guild. However, after locating his most recent target, Djarin breaks the Bounty Hunters Code.
R5, next shield. R5, next shield.
This is Zam Wesell.
The hunt is on.
Despite often appearing as human, Zam Wesell is actually a shape-shifting Claudite. A highly regarded bounty hunter, her rare ability to change her appearance makes her extremely potent at her job, a capability that proved useful in her work with Jango Fett. This is ZUCKUSS.
ZUCKUSS, glad you thought of him for your bounty hunter needs.
A gifted tracker and mystic findsman, ZUCKUSS works across the galaxy as a bounty hunter, often partnering with the droid 4-LOM. His reputation meant that he was one of a handful of bounty hunters called upon by the Empire to find the Millennium Falcon.